Hi everyone! So I finally tried out Kiara Sky's dip powder and I did a design inspired by Teri Wells Nails here on YouTube. It was their neon stripe nail art using dip powder. So I tried it out with the Kiara Sky dip powder and I'm going to show you how I did it today. First, I prepped my nails. So I'm using Sally Hansen's cuticle remover and I'm taking a cuticle pusher and pushing back my cuticles. This is very important because if you don't remove your cuticles, it will reduce the wear time on your dip powder. So for a full tutorial of how I prep my nails for dip powder, I will link a video I did a few months ago, which goes into more details. So now I'm just kind of shaping my nails with my glass nail file, just filing them into the shape I want. And then I'm taking this nail buffer and buffing the tops of my nails to remove any oil and to help the dip powder stick better. So these are the two colors I'm using by Kiara Sky. The yellow is called Main Squeeze and the turquoise color is called Shake Your Pom Pom. So I actually did not buy the liquids from Kiara Sky because I have a lot of dip powder liquid. So I'm using the Azure liquids today. I applied step 1, which is the bond, which is basically a nail dehydrator to remove any nail oils. And now I'm applying these nail vinyls so I can create the stripe down the middle of my nails. I'm now applying the liquid step 2, which is the base. The base is basically like a glue. And I'm taking my cuticle pusher and just pouring on the yellow on that wet base. Then I'm tapping on my finger to remove any excess powder. And I'm going to repeat that step over every single one of my nails. I'm just going to apply the base in between those nail vinyls and pour the yellow dip powder over the glue. I'm now going to tap on my finger to remove the excess powder. After I've done this on all my nails, I'm going to go back over each nail and brush off any excess powder with this brush that came in my Azure dip powder kit, but any big fluffy makeup brush will work. So next I'm just going to repeat that step to apply a second coat of that yellow. I'm just going to apply my base, use my cuticle pusher to pour on some yellow powder, tap the back of my nail to remove any excess dip powder off the nail, and I'm just going to continue that process over all my fingers. Since this yellow was such a light color, I ended up applying 3 coats of the yellow, but I omitted that from this tutorial because y'all get the picture. But it will take 2 to 3 coats to make this stripe completely opaque depending on what nail color you use. So after I'm done with all the nails, I remove the nail vinyls, and I did that off camera, but you're basically just peeling the nail vinyls off. Then I'm taking my step 3 in my nail liquid kit, which is the Activator. And the Activator is just gonna harden the dip powder so I can file it. So I'm applying that to all the nails, and I'm gonna let it dry for about 3 minutes. And once the Activator is completely dry, I'm going to take my nail file. This is a 180 grit nail file, and I'm just gonna file the sides to make sure the strip is nice and crisp. I want it to be as straight as possible, so that's why I'm doing this step. It's really important to apply the Activator before you do this because you won't be able to file it if you don't apply the Activator. So once I'm okay with the way that looks, I'm going back to step 2 in the liquids, which is the base, that glue. I'm going to apply that to my nails on the side of that yellow stripe, and then I'm going to dip it in the dip powder. So for this step, I tried to not go all the way down to the cuticle for the first coat of the dip powder. And then the second coat of the dip powder, I actually went all the way down to the cuticle because I don't want the cuticle area to get too bulky. But do whatever works for you. I'm now taking my brush again and brushing off any excess dip powder after the base has dried down for maybe a minute. So now I'm going back in with my second coat of the blue dip powder, and this time I'm trying to be more thorough. This brush is kind of thick, so it's kind of hard to get really into each crevice and crack, but I'm trying my best. It'd be a little bit easier if the base had a smaller brush, but you just have to be very careful not to get any base on that yellow strip and to make sure you're completely covering your nail with the base so the powder gets all over the nails. This was kind of tricky. So again, after I finished all the nails, I'm going to go back with that makeup brush and brush off any excess powder. And lastly, I'm going to apply the base one more time and dip my entire nail into the clear dip powder. And this is just going to make it where I'm not filing off a lot of the color. So the next step is to apply the Activator over the entire nail, and I'm trying to thoroughly saturate the nail with this Activator so I can file my nails. I also picked up this Kiara Sky nail bit. I think this is the medium safety nail bit. I'm not 100% sure. If I remember, I will try to link the nail bit in the description box. And I'm just using my e-file I got from Amazon, which I will also link in the description box. And I'm just smoothing everything out. If you don't have an e-file, you can also use a nail file. And then I'm taking my nail buffer to buff out any harsh lines that the e-file left. Making sure everything is nice and smooth. So the last step is to apply the top coat. I tried to use this Azure dip top coat, but it did not dry. Like after 10 minutes, it was still very wet. So I ended up filing that top coat off and just applying this Poochie's Nails gel top coat. I just put my nails in my UV light to cure this, and it worked out much better and dried a lot faster than that other top coat, which did not dry. So I just applied one coat of this top coat, stuck my nails under the UV light for maybe a minute. This was the final result. I think it came out okay. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know down below if you have tried out Kiara Sky's dip powder and what are your favorite colors. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already and hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.